Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel. This video is called SF Woke versus Cops equals Pharma versus Body. And I watched this video and I got to this point. It's YouTube recommends me this channel. It's neurogenomics, whatever, this doctor, and so there's long-lived monocytes and spike injuries. So monocytes are part of the body, and spike injury from here's YouTube's. Oh, go to what is it? I don't know, Wikipedia. Blah blah blah. Anyway. But so he talks about this problem, with the spike and blah 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 blah. It was based on a paper, and then at the end of the video they get to okay, what do you do? So you got this problem with monocytes, and how do you if you got jabbed and you have this problem, what do you do? And so he talks about what the paper recommended. I'll play a little bit of this this part.
And what these guys were proposing is use two drugs. So drug number one was an antagonist of the CCR5 receptor, so the receptor found on these monocytes. And it's an antagonist, I'm not going to remember, I think it was something like Miravac, but it's a drug that is already approved for treatment of HIV, precisely for that, to prevent that interaction. Oh, they also mentioned that these, I think they were mentioning that these monocytes can cross blood-brain barrier and therefore can also cause neurological issues that we might be seeing as well. All right, so that's one medication they propose, and the other one is statins. And why statins is because we all...
Anyway, so two drugs, and in a previous video, I mentioned I subscribed to this Substack, The Forgotten Side of Medicine, and I went through talking about statins. There was one article, and this graph explains how statins work, and of course this guy mentioned statins is one of the two drugs. And what do statins do? Well, this is a pathway in our body. And right here, and it goes to there, goes to there, goes to there, goes to there, and then generates cholesterol, but also all of these other things. And what statins do is cut this off right here, boom, cut it off. So basically cuts off way more than just cholesterol. That's why there's so many problems with statins. And the other thing, the other drug was the same thing. It was, you have some receptor in our body, and basically it clogs it up so it can't, do its job. And that's how all pharma works. And it's about money, right? Because, like, let's say, go back to this picture. This is a complex pathway in our body, and let's say it's not working properly because, I don't know, cholesterol or whatever, it's not working. And what if the pharma, all it did was come in to that pathway and fix, some problem in there, a clog or whatever, and now it's working properly, and our body is doing this by itself, which would mean you take the pharma, maybe once or twice or three times just to get it going, and then once it's going, hey, you don't need the pharma anymore. And do any pharmas work like that? No. Why? Because they don't make any money doing that. But if they cut off, something in our body, like a receptor or, this pathway for statins, well, that means you have to keep taking it. And once you stop taking it, your body's going to go back to this pathway, maybe, unless you killed it, by taking the drug too long. But the point of pharma is to stop something in your body, to stop a natural, um, thing in your body. And they do that because um, that can get the money forever, because you got to just take that drug forever, to keep shutting off that thing, in your body, that natural process. And in fact, they can get a patent on that. But if it actually did something natural in your body, they couldn't patent that because it's natural. So basically, for patenting and money, this is how pharma has to work. It has to stop something in your body, like SSRIs, selective serotonin re-up, inhibitor. Basically, serotonin is one of the hormones or molecules in our brain. And like everything in our body, it's part of a flow. It gets generated and then recycled and generated and recycled. And pharma had this idea that, depression is about not enough serotonin, so why don't we take the serotonin that's in your brain, and right before it's going to get recycled into melatonin, whatever, like we'll just close off that recycling, part of your brain and just keep it floating in your brain, as if that would be, good for your brain or depression or anything. And it's just nutty. It's just like flat out nutty. And then what it made, I'll give you another example of pharma from blood pressure. I just read this one from The Forgotten Side of Medicine. And near the bottom of this article, say she, but the author goes, directly treating, there's 4 types of treatments. Those are the good treatments, but the pharma, there's 4 types of, anyway, there was 4 things, and ACE inhibitors, like that was one type, basically beta blockers. Like look at these words: inhibitors, blockers. So there's 4 types of pharma for it, and just like statins, the whole point is they block something or inhibit something, natural in your body that your body should be doing, and so pharma comes in and it just blocks it. And anyway, so that got me thinking, because I used to have some clients in San Francisco and I used to go up there regularly. And I noticed that, a lot of people come, right-wingers, like will say, oh, San Francisco's gone to the pots. And it has, but downtown San Francisco. But the rest of it is awesome. So in fact, I'll compare San Francisco to my own body. I've said many times on this channel that I'm chronologically 61, but according to one measure, I'm biologically 43. I said that my VO2 max is like, Fitbit, my Fitbit estimates it between 53 and 57, which is freaking great for my age. And there's many other measures of my tremendous health. But a video I'm going to do is about my ugly teeth. You can see, like, right here, these ones here, and it's just like my teeth are horrible. And so I said I'm 61. My teeth are probably 91, and you know, I'll do a whole video on teeth and procedure I found to clean them. But like as you see me here talking, I got my skin. I don't have wrinkles. I'm 61. I'm super energetic. I can give you all my data. Like, wow, you're super healthy. And I'm talking here, and you can see my teeth are freaking horrible, horrible. And they give you a clue that I'm actually much older than 43 chronologically, because these teeth, I grew up blue collar and I didn't even learn about the word flossing until I was in my 30s. But so San Francisco, if you were to walk all over it, Golden Gate Park, go out to the Mission, go south, to Potrero Hill, go up North Beach, go to Coit Tower, go to you know the, the piers, like I mean it's just like it's a big city, 750,000 people, and it's big, very hilly, and it's a gorgeous city, gorgeous homes, gorgeous hills, gorgeous parks. Like it's just beautiful. But if you go to the downtown core, I mean, they cleared out the homeless because Newsom, did that. But I remember going up to San Francisco last fall when Xi Jinping was visiting Biden, and like magic, south of Market, which was nothing but homeless encampments, was cleared out. It was like magic. Where'd they go? Where'd all the homeless go? And and yeah, and they were back as soon as the conference ended Friday afternoon. The homeless started filtering back. And the homeless aren't the criminals, by the way. I mean, some might be, but very few. Most of them are just, down and out people, and maybe mentally ill, like whatever. But people just like you and me, just things went bad, and financial homeless. Most of those people tend to have cars and they sleep out of vans rather than the street. If you're on the street, you're probably a little bit nutty. But I don't think you're the main criminals. Um, I have a folding bicycle that I take up for to put in my friend's car, and we go hike the dish. And I remember I bought a $250 folding bike off of Amazon, took it up to the city because I had a meeting up there. And after the meeting, I rode the bike back down to the train station, which is at 4th and King. Catter corner from the train station is a Safeway. So I locked up the bike with just a regular chain lock, and went in to buy some nuts. 15 minutes later, I came out, the bike's gone. Somebody had bolt cutters, they cut it. So I learned on YouTube I had to get like a really, metallic U-lock, and yeah, that thing hasn't been stolen yet. But yeah, you know what I mean? I've been parking that, I'd have been parking that thing in Silicon Valley forever. But in San Francisco, 15 minutes, boom, guy going around with a bike lock in his backpack, and he stole it. And there's on the sports station, KNBR, there's an ad for a jeweler. I can't remember the name of it, but annoying jewelry ads. But they say, hey, we've been on Union Square in San Francisco for 117 years. So I guess this is the early 1900s when they came there. And we're closing up shop after 117 years. Come on in for sales. Oh, we're giving away jewelry. But they never say why. Why are they closing up after 117 years? That seems like a big hanging question, but they never answer it on the ads. Well, just go up there and I'll tell you why. All the shops downtown are boarded up. Old shops, old wealthy, rich shops, old malls, whatever, right? Like they're all boarded up. So when you go, I think the homeless are being cleared out, but that's not going to stop the crime. The crime are because there's no cops. And how do I know there's no cops? I know so because, that Friday that I came up when Xi Jinping was meeting Biden, and not only were the homeless gone, there were reams of cops, but just protecting certain buildings in the city. Like you wouldn't see them on every street corner. You just saw them protecting certain buildings. I was walking all over downtown the city and whatever, and Coit Tower, and coming around the other side, and then I've come across a phalanx of dozens and dozens of cops protecting some building where clearly some important meetings were being had. So there are cops in San Francisco. You just don't see them on the street. And I haven't seen them in 5, 10 years. I don't know how long it's been, right? And, you can try to find articles about that. It's just obvious to anybody who's been in San Francisco that these stores that are boarded up, basically people are walking in and just shoplifting, and like and so what's happened to the cops? Now, I could try to find proof of it, but it's obvious to me, right? This woke disease in our country, where San Francisco is kind of ground zero of the wokeness. Okay, cops have been, you know, bad actors. Um, they've definitely treated African Americans worse than whites on the false drug wars. They, you know, they get power hungry and they do shitty things. Some of them are corrupt. I mean, there's a bunch of bad things cops do. But at the end of the day, in a civilized society, especially in a city where people don't know each other and there's less fealty, that you might have in a small town, where someone can steal your bike and they don't know you from your anybody, and they're like, this idiot's using a lock I can do with it. So I don't blame the thief. I'm saying that's city life, right? You don't secure your stuff, it's going to get stolen, and just like that. Well, but what retards that is a cop standing on that corner. Guy wouldn't have stolen the bike, but I haven't seen a cop standing on a street corner in San Francisco in 5, 10 years, and I think the reason is this woke vilification of cops. Like defund the police, like whatever. Like basically society went from respecting cops to the woke crowd just vilifying them as the worst people of all. So I think the cops are just being passive aggressive. They're like, oh, fuck that. You treat me that way, I ain't gonna hang it on your stupid woke street corner and risk myself. Like fuck that. So here's what I'm saying. Why did I think of Pharma in San Francisco? Well, the cops needed some reformation in San Francisco and Atlanta, like wherever, right? Like, 'cause, power corrupts absolutely, right? It does. But are you coming in with a natural thing, a homeopathic remedy that would really fix the system in a systemic way and, improve the coping without, stopping it altogether, but just keep the cops doing the cop work without all the bad shit, the terrorizing the black community and the corruption. Like, could you weed that out while, keeping cops respected and part of the community? I'm sure there are places that do that, but not in the woke world. The woke world is all you cops are evil, all you cops are bad. It's like Trump. Oh, people are happy you got shot. They wish you died. You know what I mean? Like this is woke madness, right? And so that's what I see in San Francisco. Beautiful town, beautiful city, one of the most beautiful American cities I know. That I love to hike around with friends. But the last place we go is downtown, like south of Market Street, kind of downtown in that area. All you get is homeless and boarded up luxury stores, and it looks like the third world, and what we used to call the third world. So in that way, like Elon, is basically rooting up Twitter and Tesla and everything, like and sending it to Texas, and it's because of this woke disease, and I'm just saying that's what pharma is. Pharma goes too far. It's like you got a problem in your body, some blockage, some whatever, and instead of using a natural means like UV body irradiation, or who knows, supplements, or some homeopathic thing that is consistent with your body and just gets it working properly again. Pharma comes in with a sledgehammer and just shuts it off. And you have to keep hitting your body with the sledgehammer that's pharma for it to work. So it gives them money, you know. That's San Francisco to me. They're trying to fix the cop problem and they totally shut it off. And what does it do? I'm 6'4" and a bald-headed guy, and I walk around with my shirt off, and I walk around downtown. You know what people think when they see me and they don't know me? They think I'm the mugger. I learned that in my 20s when I was in law school. And I had a summer job in New York, and I was walking around on Saturdays with my shirt off, bewaring of the mugger. And I could tell you some stories where I suddenly realized that the other people, when they looked at me, thought I was the mugger. So I walk around the alleyways of San Francisco and I see shit, and people look at me, and they might be criminals, who whatever. I look them in the eye, I say, hey, have a good day, sir, and keep moving. I'm not their target. Um, but I can see why nobody wants to go downtown San Francisco, and you shouldn't if you don't look like me. If you look vulnerable, nah. Downtown is just horrible. But if you stay out of downtown, it's like my teeth. My teeth are horrible. The rest of my body, wonderful. My teeth do work, but I'm just saying, like, that's San Francisco. San Francisco and Pharma, just horrible. Most beautiful city in the world. The first time I saw it was 1985, and the wokeness killed it as a downtown, city. And Pharma, good luck with Pharma if that's what you're doing. Anyway, stay healthy.